Hi, everyone. This is the Digital Experience Conversion Group's Sprint Planning Meeting. Today is Monday, June 6th.
All right, I will share my screen and then we can kick it off. Let's start with Jess.
Yeah, sure. Can you actually refresh? Because I don't think that's right. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to be working on the Y Premium and Y Ultimate pages, which are linked out from the pricing page. And that's currently my focus. And I'll pass it to Tyler.
So I'm going to work on getting the namespace ID in the enhanced e-commerce events. I do not think that I will be getting to GA4 because I think it's blocked on something, right? Is that correct, Dennis?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that one. Jameson, who's on the marketing ops team, is going to work on the GTAC portion. Was kind of relying on that.
Cool. Yeah. So I cannot work on that. So we should remove that from this iteration. And then the next one is, so there's additional, we missed some events for some of the trial flow. So that's, I think, what that data layer events is. So what'll probably happen is I'll do the namespace ID stuff. It'll end up in review. While I'm waiting for that to get reviewed, I will flip my attention to the missing events. And then I would expect the missing events to sort of roll into next iteration too. These will both be sort of like long cycles on these tasks. And then Megan.
Yeah, what's not on here is there was an issue to remove some solutions pages, but I grabbed that on Friday and that's closed already. There's one on here for the what is GitLab to why GitLab redirect. And then the pricing calculator issue. I have a few questions on that. I'm wrapping that up and I think it's in a good spot to be reviewed, but who all needs to review something like that? Just from experience at my previous company, like calculators are something so many people want to review before it goes live. So is that just something I tag everyone in the consulted in the issue, or besides Jess, who should all look at it?
Who's asking for it?
Samya is the DRI on the whole project. So definitely her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is something that legal is involved in. So if you go back to the UX issue, you can definitely find people, but I think they might, like you said, be under consulted already in our engineering issue. I'm not sure offhand.
Yeah. If you, I would even just to keep it super simple instead of tagging a bunch of people in review is do Samya and Jess and be Samya, is this right? Jess, does this look good? And then Samya should know that if there's legal concerns, we'll probably tag in the appropriate people.
Can I also take a look?
Yeah, I'll add you.
Can you add me for analytics?
Yes, I was going to do that. And one final question on that. I keep seeing, for context, there's an issue for next iteration to finally add that to the actual pages and migrating those old calculator pages to our new repo. I keep seeing mention to the pricing page, or there's a pricing calculator, which seems very different than the ROI calculator. Am I also supposed to make a pricing calculator, or is that just the same? Okay.
There actually are two calculators now, but we're just focusing on one.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Those are all my questions. Next is Gabby.
Yeah. So I'll be working mainly on the Y GitLab scroll animation. I don't have a ton of experience with animation, so I don't want to underestimate how long it will take me. I'll be mainly working on that. And then I have these other two issues, which are the slippered cards component, which I talked to Nathan and Jess a bit about them, that it was not completely clear what I should be doing with those. And it was decided that it needs more refinement as an issue. So I don't know if I should let them go or set them somewhere so people know that they need info. But I guess if I finish with the Y GitLab scroll, I'll be working on those, or look if there's anything else to grab. Yep, that's me. I don't know if I should let them go, or I should ask Nathan if I should let them go.
You can maybe change the deck status to refinement. Keep them under you if you want for right now, so then we can And then if we decide that we're going to let them go from you and someone else can pick them up, then we can just reassign them down the road. But I can remove the this iteration from these, or you can as well. It would go from there.
Okay, super. Thanks. Then Dennis.
Okay, so for me, GA4 is waiting on marketing ops to enable Google Consent mode in OneTrust. In the meantime, I can start on the e-commerce data layer, and maybe I'll tag Tyler or someone else who knows the GitLab.com code base to implement the data layers. Let's see. And then addition of namespace. Yeah, that one's on Tyler. The next one over is Zoom Info. They're having the legal discussion today with Adobe. And so I'll probably find out if we can move forward with that piece. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's just tedious because there's a lot of forms. Post redesign analysis is done. We're going to talk about it on Wednesday's call. Yeah, I think Wednesday. Data Studio discrepancy, that one is done. They were just wondering why the numbers don't match up between their dashboard and the one that I made. And I did a bit of a write-up, so I'll just close it out once they reply. Oh, the IR site. That one's again on Jameson as well. He'll provide you the code. Or I guess he'll provide Michael the code, and Michael will send that over to the agency that they're working with.
You can have them send the code to me. I'm kind of like the primary contact with them. Because once I get the code, there's a couple other line items to like add our privacy policy in the there. So like I'm gonna send them one big thing of like, here's code, put this in, and then add these couple links to the footer. So just send it to me.
Okay. Do you know who it is, by the way?
The IRS or the who runs it?
Yeah. It's very. No one.
It's a weird name.
Oh, okay.
I can look it up. I'll send it over to you, or like here in a little bit.
Okay. The last one, data layer events. Yeah, that one's on Tyler, so I'll work with him on that, and I'll pass it off to closed or Justin.
All right. Yeah, and then there's going to be one more issue Michael's having me look at something for removing something from the homepage about an old 10.0 announcement that was updating things on the homepage, but it's I think it's going to be a small thing. I'll create an issue for this, and honestly, you got I don't know if I'll tag one of you in it right away, or just you guys can pick it up if you have time. But it looks like it's just removing something from an old template that is not being used, but is causing, if it was removed, it causes the pipeline to fail. So that is all I have right now. There's a few more things that I'll create issues for here the next day or two, but I think this all is looking pretty good.
Great. Anything else before I stop recording?